Well, welcome back to Alma Missouri. We're still in July. We've just finished the harvesting, and I just want to finish off this month by just tending to that grass field. So the job that needs to be done is just a good rake, and I'm going to buy a piece of equipment to do that. Something that I use quite often, and I do like the way it works. Where is it now? Grass and care, and it's this machine here. It's the Robert or Robert, if it's French, not sure. DBS 720 Eco. I don't know the difference between all the others. This is the one I normally get. You can put on the bits and pieces. $5.50, not worth it. It's not going to go off the farm really. So let's get that bought. Say yes. Okay. Right, we have it. Not going to take long to do it. And once this has been completed, we'll rest for the rest of the month, and then we'll go into August, and that'll be pretty much 1 year on the farm. Right, so let's get this opened. Okay, so this will take it down one growth phase, but it will help with the yield. Right, we'll just do that on a quick time lapse, and we'll get back to you once it's done. Well, we're just about done. Just this last little bit to do. And we'll then find a place to park the rake. I think that's what I'm going to call it. It's kind of what it does. And hold it. Just going to give it a spray off quickly. Well, welcome back. We're still in July because I've decided to do my field planning, my change of fields planning now, so that we can get started on it as soon as we finished our morning chores when we go over to August. So let's just have a look and see, and let me give you the gist of what we're going to be doing. Right, so let's get into Right, so we're in the precision farming section or map, in the soil map, and basically all the silty clay, you've got this big block of silty clay in the center of our screen here, basically this area here. Right, that is all going to become our grass field. So that's going to be planted with grass. That's going to supply all the grass for our dairy cows, for the creation of it's going to be made into hay basically, and then that will supply, as I said, everything for the making of hay, and then we'll also do grass for silage. So we'll have this little field of grass here, and then we'll alternate this field between hay and grass for silage. We'll see how that works out in terms of the requirements. Right, so the next question was, how do we determine how we're going to be fairly accurate with cutting out this section basically? And to do that, I basically got into back onto the ground. So if we get back onto the ground, and you can see some traffic cones stretching into the distance there. And basically what I've done is I've just walked around the field, and right, so that is loam, and then I've gone across to see until we hit silty loam, right? So silty loam is the field that we want to create. So if we just go across until we hit the loam, then we know we're right on the edge of the loam field. So what I'll do is I'll plow as close to the cones, or at least we'll plant as close to the cones on the loam side, and then we'll create a bit of and then we'll plant grass basically on the, we'll plant grass, yeah, we'll basically plant grass on the inside of that. And we'll leave just a little roadway between the two, just for a bit of maneuverability. So we'll put down some painted grass texture with some bushes and whatever. We'll make a border basically, sort of the width of a motor vehicle just to be able to get through. We'll have to just do decent headlands when we cut the grass. Right, so the next step then would be to go into decorations. And you can see the lizard cone there. Just use the nice big ones so that you can see them. And as you can see there, as it stretches out, it's giving you the general. So we know that we're pretty much standing in the area. So if we put that there, we should pretty much be in loam. We are. It shouldn't be too far until we hit silty clay. Right, and then basically just put that into the distance as far as I can see. Trying to keep on the, sorry, just get back in. So what I would do is I would go keep that in a distance, and then just try to keep in the precision farming thing on the precision farming indicator at the bottom right. Just keep that in the loam until that's in the. Just keep finding the loam until that's where you want to place your next marker. So it's still easily visible. it right. And I just bring it right down and just start moving it across till I hit silty clay. So we silty clay, loam, going to decorations. We put another marker down there, just to the loam side of us. And then we go back. Keep us on loam, get that into the distance. Silty clay to find the loam. Silty clay. Let's just go a little bit further down just to see if it, more or less where it changes. Silty clay, loam. So I think we should just come to, it seems to flare out a little bit here. So what we'll do is we'll do a marker there. Loam. So it's not going to be precise, but it's going to be reasonably accurate. Silty clay, loam. And we can put another marker down there. Right. We'll go again. Loam there. So that's it. So we've pretty much got the corner there. It's starting to flare, I think. But in my mind, I'm happy with it. So we go loam. Quite happy that it got too far because it looks like we're going a bit downhill there. So loam. Now we've got to look for the silty clay again. There we go, silty clay, loam. There we go. And decoration. Another one down there. And we go again. Right, we're definitely heading downhill here now. So let's go and see where we can find the silty clay. quite a way offline that time. Silty clay. There we go. So it's coming back in again. Decoration. Right. Looking for the loam. Loam. Right, let's go back and see where the silty clay is now. Okay. Should be getting close to the end of the field now. Keep our loam going at the bottom. Right, there's the edge of the field. Good loam. Just move up the edge until we find silty clay again. Silty clay. So, loam. Here we are, silty clay there. Loam there. Right. Now if we just jump back into John Deere, I can show you the whole operation that we put out. So let's just go back into, just remind ourselves of what the basic shape of the field is like. So that's where we're starting there. Right. So just mustn't drive into them because they'll just go flying. Right, so that's where I started. I did this off camera, of course, because you could see how long it took me to do that. We went there, and there was a bit of a move to the left. So if we go back into the, so we're pretty much sitting on the black at the moment. That's fairly accurate there. Let's go to this one here and see where we're sitting. Yeah, still pretty much on the black. Let's see how we're doing. There's a bit of a turn down here. See how we're doing here. Pretty much spot on. Right, let's see where we are here. Yeah, so there we are, pretty much exactly where we wanted to be at the edge of that field. Now if you go straight across, all this here is silty, but if you recall, I mentioned that we would be trying to see whether we could smooth this out. We did speak to the council, but they said that it's imperative that we keep this in, because if we drive down here, you can see that it is definitely part of the overall drainage system. I suppose when there's a lot of snow and that type of stuff, so it definitely leads directly into the drainage system. Dry now, but yep. So they did not grant us permission to fill that ditch in, basically. So, just to get back to where we were on the map, on our mapping of the field. So what we'll do is we will then so it starts there. So we will have to let's probably just cut the field. Take it back up here. Just take it across the top of here. And then down here, and we'll start here to go across here. Across and back. Now we're heading back towards the farm area. Let's see where we are there. Yeah, still pretty much right on, bang on the back line. So this seems to be furthest point out about here. So look again. Yep, there we go. And this is where we were when we started. So you can see. Yep, pretty much right bang on it is there. Then we go out here. This is where it kind of hits a little pointy bit going out. Yep, and we're pretty much on it, maybe a little bit forward of it. Decided to just finish off this field and get it planted with grass before we end off this episode. So what I'm going to do is I've got the plough out. I'm going to just extend the field to where we want it, and then we will direct sow grass into this area, and then we'll put a little road around the edge as well. Right, so let's get this going. Right, so we know we can cut straight across there, but we're not going to do quite that. What we're going to do is we're going to follow that line. Just get as close to the markers as we can without knocking them out of the way. Right. Because we can't go into the ditch because of the authorities that we had, so just take the edge. Right. Bit of a strange. I'm not sure how it's going to affect the harvesting, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Not sure whether it's going to create a problem if we want to use this on horseplay. We'll see. We'll find out soon. You can always adapt. Got stones on again. It's still from that field that we bought it. It's stones on. Just make sure. It is off. Right, you're back with me after that little time lapse. We've got this little area to fill in here. So we will of course join up the bottom part of this field as well when we decide how we're going to distribute those other fields. For now I'm just going to do the creation of the fields for the field that we're going to work on now. They're planted and they have one field done. We'll have to work out exactly what fields we'll need for normal operations and see what's left over for. By normal operations I mean is creating straw, crops that create straw. We need to get some sugar so that we can make some sugar producing crops, so we can make some sugar to put into the bakery. So that'll be most probably sugar beet. It's probably alternated with potatoes or something like that, just so that we don't have the same crop in the field all the time. Might need to have two, haven't quite thought it through yet, but we might need to have two root crop fields, small root crop fields. Don't need big ones for root crops. We do produce a lot of product. And I'd like to have I think we need to have a reasonable sized field that we can alternate barley and wheat with. It'll give us straw and feed and flour for them all. And I'd like to have another field for just another crop for diversification. Not quite sure which crops we'll put in there. I can't quite remember, but I think there are some new crops. I'm going to stick to grass. I was thinking about doing we haven't done clover, so we might do clover in a small field somewhere, just to see how that goes. I'm sticking to grass simply because it's a continuous product. It seems to be the easiest to handle. Right, so I think that's the field created. Now we just need to go and get it sown with the grass. And once we've got the grass sown, then I'll put in some tracks on the edge. First of all, we need to see whether that needs to be limed. I think we need to, probably going to need to put a bit of lime in this area. Let's just have a look at the ploughed area. Reclaimed area, let's put it that way. Oops, looks like we're going to have to, no data found. Let's see what the map says now. Does it show that up as a field? So that's the bottom area, so the field comes down there somehow. Okay, so we're going to need to, let's have a look and see. Purchase soil information. it's going to cost a pretty penny, but needs to be done. Right, so there's a bit of loam still stuck in the middle there, but I expected that. But that does give us that field. Might as well lime the whole field, because the areas that don't require lime just won't take any. The precision farming mod. So it needs to be filled up. I think it's 10,000 litres. Let's go buy some lime. Big bags. It is it. Get 5 of those. Did we have any lime in store? I don't think so. I think we had fertilizer and herbicide in store. Good fertilizer. I think it's seed. Seeds, yeah. There's a bit of lime. Take that out. So it was nearly a whole pallet, so it was a good call that. Although we've bought the pallets, we might. Well, I think we'll have to buy more. Newly ploughed areas normally take a lot of lime. And although it doesn't look like a lot, newly ploughed area, it is a fair amount. And the other fields will take little bits of lime because they're not, the pH value isn't in the ideal position. It's just not under normal circumstances worth liming. They're still in the green. Some of it was in the light green, I think, so I guess it's neither here nor there. We'll just go over the whole area. And we're liming.
'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Flashing red lights, driving at night, windowless ride, feeling alive. Nothing in sight, forever in flight. Follow those lines, we'll make it this time. Blurry street lights, work as a guide to memories that we're making tonight. Oh yeah, we'll make it tonight. Yeah. I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No caring about what you can't afford. Memories are in what you explore. So just don't be ignored. Go ask for more, go ask for more. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? I'll just breathe in. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? I'll just breathe in. I'm in a race that everybody's chasing fast. They wanna be that someone on the screen at last. They ain't looking inside for their needs in life. They wanna be liked by everybody in sight. But trust me, being free ain't spotlights. No, it's long nights and it's long fights with yourself all the time to get your mind right. But if you put in the work, you can find the light, alright? I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got.
Right, here you're back with me. We have finished all the liming. It took basically 20,000 litres, just under 20,000 litres to bring the lime of the rest of the area back up to full potential, and the new areas are now fully limed as well. So I'm just going to get some seed and fertilizer, or seed. Got fertilizer. Actually, let's just go and fill that up first to see how much we need. Okay, so we've put in the rest of the seed that we had. The fertilizer we had in there was liquid fertilizer, so that wasn't going to help. We'll just go and top up with fertilizer. From here, by about how many bags should we get? Fertilizer is 1,000 litres, isn't it? Yeah, we'll get 2. No, actually, let's just get 1. I think it'll be enough. It's going to be famous last words, I'm telling you, but still. Right, let's see. Over 60% on everything. Right, let's get that done. Oops. Yeah, we do have grass in there, thank goodness. Right, we'll do this on a time lapse and see how we get on. Okay, you're back with us. Just about finished the second headland. I think you've kind of got the gist of the area, size, the scope of the field. Need to do the rest off camera and then come back to you once it's just about done. Welcome back. We're just about finished. About 2 passes, maybe 3 left. I did put the job onto a worker for quite a while. I went and cleared all the slurry that we had. It's about just under 200,000 litres worth of slurry. Just took it to the BGA. I know we can put it onto our fields, but I've decided against it. Decided just to go with the normal fertilizing and such like. I just find that for me personally, it seems to work better with precision farm. So the worker seemed to handle this field fairly well. After I had did 3 headlands, and then I also squared off the top end, the end that we're coming through to, where it went around the top of the drainage ditch. So I kind of squared that off so it made it easier for the worker to turn there. I think this is going to be the last pass. We'll just check the map and see if there's any bits and pieces that have been missed. I don't think there are. There's going to be one little more of a pass. There we go. Couple of more turns of the wheel and it'll be done. Fantastic. Let's just get back into the map. Precision farming map will show it. Right, so that's our new field there. Black with a little bit of loam in the center there. While I was driving up and down to the BGA to get rid of the slurry, I thought to myself, oh, all I've really done is just created another big wraparound field, which indeed is the case. It's a much bigger wraparound field. So my thinking is we'll plow out this area here. We'll square this all off down at the bottom here, along the hedge line there. Then we'll possibly use this spot here as one field, so a small root crop field. Maybe a small root crop field, just cutting out that little corner there as well. We'll use this. Down here, sort of to the edge of there. There's another smaller field for a crop of sorts. And that'll leave us basically with a huge field coming up there, down to there, across to there, back down there. We can divide that up differently, but yeah, be interesting to see how that works out. Of course, we've got to plow out all this grass area as well. Fantastic. So that's that done. Didn't look like there was anything missed there. We'll just drive up to the top of the field. Off camera, we'll now go and we'll get this field rolled, and it'll be ready to go. I think that's where we're going to end this episode. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next episode when we've got some more planting to do. Cheerio.